And now, please welcome the coach and teacher that empowers so many of us to do what we do, Mark Mandeville.
Thanks, Allie. Just a quick update to that number 131, 140. If you go check out the Lance Armstrong website now, you'll see that after a significant donation from someone who was on our team living in the Boston area, he ran an industrial equipment auction, and we are now up over $200,000 raised by Empower. It's incredible. So about a year ago, I was asked by a friend to create a Livestrong team. I said, all right, so let's talk about it. And he said, yeah, it could just be a small one, you know, a few friends. And, you know, the few friends then became a few more. Then they became a few more. Then it became a few more. Till one day I looked up and saw that our small group now contained over 130 people. And what a group. Faculty members, colleagues, administration, family, friends, and students from this group right here at Episcopal Academy. I'm going to call now and ask the people to stand who were involved in the Livestrong Challenge this year so that they can be recognized. First off, could our volunteers please stand up? Did anyone in the room who was a volunteer for Livestrong this year, please stand up and be recognized? And stay up, please. This group was led by senior Emily Albert, who was the chief recruiter of these guys. They did things that varied from manning the bike corrals, watching over the bicycles, manning the team tent, or handing out roses to survivors as they cross the finish line. Please remain standing. Could we have all our runners stand up? If you ran in the Livestrong Challenge this year, please stand up. Our runners had the option of choosing either a 5K walk or run or a 10K run. And our own Miss Buggy, athletic director, was the first female finisher of all the participants at Livestrong. So congratulations, Gina. And finally, if you rode a bicycle for the Livestrong Challenge this year, please stand. Pete, that's you. It's my brother, Pete. Riders chose 10, 20, 45, 70, or 100 miles for their challenge through a driving rain with thunder showers. It actually caused them to shut down after about 2 hours. They shut down the 100-mile course because of lightning strikes and things like that. It was actually dangerous to be out there. But yet they rode. They shared a sense of purpose. They worked together. You ran into people from Team Empower who didn't know each other 48 hours before they got on a bike and rode past each other and said, hey, way to go. There are a couple that I want to highlight. Number one, our own Mr. Clark. This is my ultimate irony story from this weekend. My current boss, Mr. Clark, rode the last few miles of his ride with a woman named Audrey Crozier. Audrey was the daughter of my first boss at the restaurant that I worked at in town when I was gainfully employed for the first times. The second one was my cousin Sarah Lavalette, who is in her 40s, and she lives in Maine. And she had no reason to know my brother's friend Jay Emmons, but they finished and crossed the finish line together. It wasn't about who could do the best, as was mentioned. It was about, yeah, you guys can sit down, I'm sorry. It wasn't about who could do the best. It wasn't about who was the fastest. It was about being there and being in the moment and participating. Whether you turned out your fastest time ever, or whether you just got through it because you were soaking wet and miserable and you wanted to get it done, so that pushed you harder and drove you more, then you met your challenge. And there are a lot of challenges out there to meet, I know. But I was able to ride 20 miles, so I did it. Reverend Zug finished with me. Right behind us were Cindy Singley and Mrs. Gant. And we had a great time riding together. It was an awesome, awesome experience. I can't tell you what it's like to take people from 100 walks of life and bring them together under a common cause and have them work together and have them raise money and have them experience a weekend like Livestrong was. It's very hard to sell to you, standing up here, to sell that weekend to you. If you go and you spend time there, just for the weekend, even if you start out as a volunteer, I guarantee you, you're going to get hooked on this thing. Registration for next year's challenge actually begins in December of this year. And as we wind this down, I want you guys to remember that according to current statistics, 1 in 3 of you will experience cancer in your lifetime. Worldwide, 1 in 3. Males, because of that lovely prostate gland, 1 in 2. And it's not because of cancers getting out and running rampant through the community. It's because we're living longer. And we have more time to come in contact with the possibilities that we're going to get cancer. Unfortunately, mine was at 35. Then I'm going to fight it now until I'm 135. I don't really care. So next year, consider joining us. If you have questions, you can ask questions of anybody out there wearing an Empower jersey, a Livestrong t-shirt, or me. My bow tie is from Livestrong, by the way, so I did get dressed up a little bit. And just inquire, find out, get to know what's going on, and we hope to see you there next year. Thanks.
Life is not always fair. Our character is often shown and formed by how we respond to life when it is not fair. The nobility of which Mark has responded, Mr. Mandeville has responded to this disease, has been an inspiration to this community. My brother, I thank you for the privilege of working with you as you fight this thing. For you've not only fought for yourselves, but you've given, as of this year alone, $200,000 to the fight of this disease. So that not only you, but for all generations to come, will be able to better fight this thing. Thank you for the nobility of which you fought this cause.
Wonder if Mr. and Mrs. Mandeville, who are with us today, Christian and Pete and Ms. Pearsall, if they could stand now as part of the incredible support of family for him. Please stand. Connor, in the vestry, at the end of the service, are going to be selling Live Strong bracelets in the back. The history of that is the color yellow represents the winner's shirt in the Tour de France. It was actually started, the bracelets, in 2004. But what we heard today is what it really means to be a winner, what it really means to be a winner in life, to live with faith, to live with hope, and to live with love. What you couldn't see on the screen as I watched really the video for the first time is that most of us, or many of us, were wearing on the back of ourselves a pink sign which listed the survivors that we were running for, or the people who currently have cancer who we were running for. And I had on my back every member of this community that has it. The thrill for me after completing the run was walking over the finish line with my wife, who is a cancer survivor. And that's the way a community operates. They operate with people. They bring them along. They cross that finish line together. Let us kneel to pray.